POE2 delayed by 3 weeks. Yeah, I saw that. So I think it's here, right? We can go into an announcement, game news at the very bottom. There we go. 3-week delay. What is this? Path of Exile. Are you sure we watch this? So I love Path of Exile. It's the best, in my opinion, apart from Elden Ring, From Software, and oh my god, Dark Souls. It is the best ARPG. Obviously, it's the best ARPG out there. There's no competitor at all. But it's one of the best games, and maybe even the best developer out there. I think the developers of Path of Exile 2 are the best. Among the best. For me, they are getting to a point, or maybe they have even come past the point of CD Projekt Red at their prime. You know, in their 30s, when you unlock the maximum potential of your body and your mind at the same time, and you're like really getting into it. That's what GGG, Grinding Gear Games, that is the company behind Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. That's what they are now, right now. They have implemented a Vulkan renderer, a DirectX 12 renderer. They had DirectX 11 for a long time. The game was working insanely well. Yes, they had issues with... Yeah, they had graphic issues where stuff wasn't very visible in screen. But bro, take a look at just one of their patch notes. Path of Exile. Which one was the last one? Path of Exile patch notes 325. We can go to... it's a content update right here. There you go. So take a look what they did in 4 months. This is the table of contents, by the way. This is not just things they did in 4 months. This is what they did in 4 months. All of this text that you're seeing floating by right now on screen, these are changes to the game. Content changing to the game and additions to the game. Up until right here. And of course, bug fixes. ChatGPT type shit here. So that's like a very long ChatGPT message, exactly. But instead, it is patch notes. So, you know, this type of content change is what Diablo 4 would sell to you for $200 minimum. Okay? This is what Diablo 2 would give you not in 4 months, but in 2, maybe 1.5 years. Probably more, 2.5 years. So yeah. And so I'm not even mad that they're delaying this by 3 weeks. I don't even mind if they delay this by 3 months. To be honest, I don't care. Because you know why? You know why I'm not even mad? I'm actually happy. Because you know what that means? The game will be better when it comes out. And so for me, they can take all the time they want. Because they have earned it. They have shown with this stuff, and this is every 4 months. Okay? This is not just this one time. No, this is every 4 months. Okay? So we get this awesome stuff for free. Maybe I didn't say that before, but this is actually free. Do I have to pay money to play this? This update right here, do I have to give them $100? No, this is free. This is insane. So like just talking about this gets me excited. And so let's see. So like he doesn't even need to put up his hand, man. This guy should do this. You know, that's what I see. And you know, those people that are downvoting, they have no idea what it means to make a really good game and try to deliver a quality product. Now, I'm not saying that their releases have been the best. They have had issues, and we are effectively beta testing every single new expansion they bring out for them. Okay? So we are the beta testers, and people do get tired of that. However, they do a lot of content changes every league. They try a lot. And I have not seen a single studio that does as much work as they do. So for me, I don't care. I don't really, like, listen, man, take all the time you need. But anyway, so like that's me blabbering, you know, that's me. Essentially, they have replaced the gods in the sky that used to be CD Projekt Red, well then went over to Unreal Engine now, that's fine, goodbye. Don't miss you. And now we have GGG here. And maybe From Software too, you know, like those two. Larian Studios, you know, stuff like that too. But I didn't play those games. So, yeah. Let's see here.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
Hello there.
Unfortunately, I have some really bad news. We have to delay early access for 3 weeks. The new date is the 6th of December. I'm really sorry about this one. People plan time off and things like that around our launches, but we just have to do it. So what happened?
Damn.
Well, it turns out it isn't really...
You can see that he feels so bad. Did you see that? Do you see in his voice and in his eyes, he's almost crying, low volume. Yeah, let me boost that a bit. I have this extension here. I'll try to boost it to 200%, okay, you guys? If 200% is too high, let me know. Oh my god, I know why the volume is quiet. I know why that is quiet. Thank you guys for letting me know. Yeah. I would have never, like, the reason why is because yesterday I had to push this down because there was this browser game in Godot that was the #1 Lundum Dare game that didn't even have a fucking slider for your sound. Meanwhile, Cakez didn't release a demo in 5 years. So, like, I want to premise this, okay? So you're saying I didn't release a demo in 5 years. You're wrong, #1, okay? I should actually ban you for this. You know what? I'm going to give you a 5-minute break for that. There you go. And now, let me explain to you. I'm in my 3rd year. I have just completed my 3rd year. And I'm now in my 4th year of my game. Okay, so it's not 5 years. You're wrong. It was 3 years and 1 or 2 months. And #2, where you're wrong, they have taken 6 years to build their engine in 3D and then bring out a beta version. Okay? So please take that into perspective. And on top of that, they did have rich friends to get them started, you know, to build a company, which, you know, does speed up things a little bit, of course. But again, it does take time to build something for the first time, okay? You dumbo. Okay? Now let's watch the video and you can see like the tone in his voice. I feel sorry for him, man. He feels so bad. But bro, like you don't have to be so sad.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have some really bad news. We have to delay early access for 3 weeks. The new date is the 6th of December.
6th of December.
I'm really sorry about this one. People plan time off and things like that around our launches, but we just have to do it.
Damn.
So what happened?
God, oh my god. Do you see the tone in his voice? He's so sad. Crazy. Okay, what happened?
Well, it turns out it isn't really the game itself that we're behind on. It's a bunch of server-side infrastructure work that has taken us a lot longer than we expected.
Okay.
Now, one of the key promises we made is that all your microtransactions will work across both POE1 and 2. In order to
just remember this, okay? The game is free. You bought microtransactions in Path of Exile 1, and you get those microtransactions in 2. Okay? So think about it. If this was Diablo 3 and you bought a microtransaction in Diablo 3, do you think you were to have that in Diablo 4? Of course not. Why would you? You idiot, bro. Hell nah. Of course not.
To do that, we have to integrate the account systems for not only POE1 and 2, but also for the console realms as well. This meant changing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not only do we have to create a bunch of new systems, we have to make sure that all the old data is backwards compatible with them as well. And when you start migrating databases that are this old and with this much data, you find all sorts of strange demons in there.
Oh, yeah.
How do multiple...
So, like, to give a little bit of context, when I took over for a company for a web service they were using, which was essentially you would have the ability to oversee contracts. Okay, that's as much as I can say. And so a contract is usually a PDF file, and you have how is it called, guys? Rechnung in English. Bill. Yeah, you would have bills in paper format, right? And so ultimately you would have to store these bills. And what did these people do? They would save them as a blob in the database. And for anyone that has worked with databases knows that this is not a great thing to do. While sometimes, yes, you can do that, you should avoid this. And then there were a bunch of other things like generic field names as to be able to extend the table with any amount of data they potentially might need. And so you would have these generic field names. And then if you were to take a look at the database, what you would see is just a bunch of random names and you didn't see any connection there. You know, crazy. Anyways, so that's beside the point though, but yeah, so I can see that, yeah. Of course, you do make mistakes. They have been making this game for like trillion years. Of course they have old stuff in there. Cool.
Accounts get the same name? How do multiple accounts get the same email address? How do multiple accounts have the same Steam IDs? Why is this person's account name just random gibberish that doesn't even decode? We have to get everything perfect so that nobody loses anything they paid for and nobody has their account broken.
God damn.
At the same time, because we're changing all this backend code, we have to do a lot of load testing to make sure the whole thing doesn't fall over when they get the huge number of players that we're expecting to launch.
Guys, how many players do you think Path of Exile 2 will have on launch? I'm gonna give you some context on how many players they usually get in Path of Exile 1. So we can go to Steam, DB, and then Path of Exile. Obviously, this is, as far as I know, this is just counting the players on Steam. Okay? It does not count, and let me repeat that, and I could be wrong here, but as far as I understand, it does not count the players that play through their own launcher. So if you start Path of Exile, not Paint, no, Path of Exile, sir. If you start a Path of Exile, what? Oh yeah, so it basically, they have their own launcher, which lets you launch the game out of Steam. I do not think, and I have that launcher, I don't use Steam for this. I don't think I count as a player right now in Steam, because Steam tracks this through their own API. I'm not connecting to that API, and therefore I should not count. So that means there's a bunch of players, okay? A bunch of players. I'm not the only one. There's so many that play this off Steam that this number here, the peak of 229,000, is probably way, way more. Way more. And so you can see here that usually what they get is, this is during one of those launches that I just showed you, the patch notes. And you can see that over time, this goes from like 100,000 all the way up to 200,000. And the latest one was the peak of 229,000. Which means it is probably going to be over 1 million, if I were to guess. Minimum. 1 million, 2 million. It's going to be a lot, because everyone is waiting for POE2. It is supposed to be the Diablo 4 killer. Like, it's already looking bad for Diablo 4 comparatively to POE, of course. Like, POE is already winning, but it's supposed to be... That could have been Diablo 4, essentially. That's what it's gonna be. POE2 will be like 200,000, 60k, 600k plus. I think so. The big AAA companies could learn a lot from this. Yeah, they could, exactly, yeah. POE senior graphics programmer is literal genius. Yeah, we watched a graphical talk from him. I think it was a GDC talk. And there's a lot of things we can implement in a 3D engine that he explained. And he went into great detail on how he did it, yeah. I still have that talk saved. Diablo 4 killer is Diablo 4. Supposedly, you're correct, yeah. But yeah, okay, so I'm already stretching this 1 minute video to like 20 minutes, but man, okay. Yeah?
I actually believe that we could possibly have made the original launch date, but I'm no longer confident we could do it without making mistakes.
Yeah, good.
And these are the kind of mistakes that we just can't let happen.
No.
So with that in mind, we've decided to delay. Now this one's totally on me. I just didn't leave enough time to make sure we could get it done.
What a
and I'm really
giga
sorry.
chat.
This one really hurts.
What a giga chat.
Now we're going to be having a live stream talking about all the content you can expect in POE2's early access in about 4 weeks. You can think of it like the biggest league announcement we've ever done.
Dude!
I'm really looking forward to telling you guys about the in-game content that the team are working hard on. Until then, thank you very much for your support.
Oh, of course. Oh man. Guys, show them some love. Show them some love, okay? Come on, guys. They made the employer do the apology video who fucked up. Employee. Do you know that this is the actual creator? He's the co-founder of the company. So he's like the big boss in there. Him together with Chris Wilson. Is he a millionaire? Probably, yeah, 100% he's a millionaire. Yeah. So they, yeah, definitely. You know how much they sell on microtransactions in the game? So the way the game works, by the way, and do I have it open? Let me just show you. And it's awesome, you know. No, not Bing! You fuck you, stupid Bing. Wants you anyways. So the way the game works, by the way, is that you get it for free. You can play it for free and you can experience... Shut your mouth. You can experience this full game. Nothing is locked behind anything. The only thing that costs money is pure cosmetics. And we have seen this in Diablo 4, right? But they don't sell you the game. They give the game to you for free. And so the way this works is they have this shop here in the game. When it eventually loads. Over here. It's a very small button. It's behind me. I'm gonna show you how small this button is. It's visible though. So right here. It's a small button. Okay, it could be bigger. Just let that sink in. And then in this shop, well, this is what they sell you. Then I have 45 points, so I could potentially buy something very cheap, like for example this pigeon pet or something here. But you can see here that they have these microtransactions, essentially. The whatever that's called, cosmetics, right? And these would be weapon skins and armor skins and the stuff that you know, right? And the one thing where they make a lot of money is with these different stash tabs. By default, your account comes with, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 4 stash tabs, and there's no way to get an additional stash tab. 4, yeah. And so these stash tabs usually fill up very quickly. And they give you different stash tabs that allow you to sort in these items by default. So for example, you find, let's say, one of these items and you right-click this item into your stash. It would automatically fill into the slot properly and sort it for you, right? So you save a lot of time in the game from sorting these things yourself. And so this is essentially the way you buy the game. So essentially you get the entire game as a demo for free. And then the one thing that I would consider to be pay to win or stuff that you would buy in the game, and I bought it too, is these stash tabs right here. And I'm totally fine with this. This is the one time where I think microtransactions in the game actually make sense, because they literally give you the biggest demo version in history. And I have a map stash tab, it's right here, yeah. Of course, map stash tabs are very important too, because you find so many maps and so many different types of maps. It's just so much easier to work with. And so that is essentially you buying the game. And mind you, if you buy these stash tabs, like the ones that I have here, you spend about 40 to 50 bucks on the game. So that is essentially you buying the game. And then you have it. You don't need to buy anything anymore. You know, you get cosmetics by playing the game usually. So I got some cosmetics. For example, I got this cosmetic right here, this armor piece, and I guess it's an entire set, right? I got an entire set by playing a league once to level 90, I think. What's this? Necropolis stuff? I think this one, necrotic. So this is me using a skin. And I don't even know, like, how do I zoom in? Yeah, that's me using a skin. And I got this for free. It looks really good. You just wouldn't get this stuff in Diablo 4, for example. Or in usually in other games, in other AAA title games. Because they want to sell this, right? They want to make money. They don't give this stuff for you, to you for free. Anyways, that's the game, and that's why I'm not even mad. I think that's fine. It's totally okay. Because I know I'm gonna receive a quality product. So why would I be mad about this, right?